Hi, it's Jenna. And, okay, so I am having a moment, and it's so frustrating, and it actually doesn't have anything to do, I don't think, with, like, being dissociative or D.I.D. or anything like that. But my brain is different already because I'm dyslexic. So, but I can read fine. I just take however my brain learned it, a group of letters is a word. So it doesn't matter the order of the letters, that's a word. Real tricky when you get words like who and how. I still have trouble with who and how, but I can read all kinds of things like onomatopoeia just fine. Anyway, I'm much worse with numbers. I swap numbers verbally, written, like in any way. I intellectually understand that 43 is a very different quantity from 34. But to my brain, those numbers can go in any order. Gets worse the more numbers gets worse the more numbers you have, because it just flips them all up. All right, so that makes me not great when you got to call somebody and you got to give them the ID number for like whatever, because it's like an insurance claim. Oh, there's more numbers. But then it should be simple, right? My brain just cannot. My husband has written me scripts. Here's the thing you need to say. If they say this, you say this, because he's so good with people. He's so good with people. Like, I call, say maybe a cable company is like, hey, and we don't have cable, so, total hypothetical. Hey, we're raising your rates. And I call and I'm like, hey, is there anything we can do? Bloody, bloody, whatever. Ends up, no, we're still raising your rates. My husband calls and then we get free months of service, extra things thrown in. It's lowered back down. We're so sorry. Anyway, so he'll give me a script because he knows, like, I get flustered and then I'm just whatever. But I'm an adult. Like, so I'm calling for stuff for my kids and, insurance and blah, blah. And it has nothing even to do with being dissociative. Like, none of us, like, we were hopeful maybe one of us wouldn't be dyslexic. No, we're all dyslexic. And I just I got so frustrated that I couldn't do this one little thing. Like, here, husband, do this too, because I can't call people and give numbers and make a thing happen, and I'm mad about it. And it makes me feel stupid, and I know I'm not stupid. I have a very high IQ, actually, but I'm like, a lot of good that does me. I'm not great with technology. I'm not great with, numbers. I was like, so what? What can I do? I can tell stories. So I'm a writer, and the kind of the YouTube thing is I like to tell stories, and I feel like that's all I have is these pieces of truth for myself that I can share and be like, hey, look, I found this thing. Maybe, maybe this is useful for other people. That's all I got, right? So I'm listening to Stephen King on writing. That's his book on writing. It's one of, like, the best. If you want to be a writer, this is your entry book. I've read so many books on writing. I have had this one for years and just didn't read it because I was told it's not like an instruction manual. It's more like a hurrah, you can do this. And so I waited till I'm working on my sequel, and I'm like, trudging into all kinds of anxiety because I'm like, what if it's not as good as the original? What if I can't do this? I know, I'll listen to Stephen King's on writing, and it's good. The man is so good, right? But I get to this point where he was like, if you're really serious about your craft, here's what you need to do. You need to, like, go into your designated writing area, and you need to write a certain number of words every day, no matter what. And he was like, it takes me this many hours or whatever. And I'm like, is this privilege showing? I don't know. But I don't have, like, my children. So when they're in school, okay, but it's quarantine, so they're not in school, and in summer they're not. But I can't just go into my room and shut the door. It doesn't matter how serious I am about my craft. And I love, like, this makes me come alive. And I try and work on it every day. But I can't just go into my room and disappear for a couple hours. The house will burn down and there won't be any food. The children won't eat. The husband will come home from work at 6, starving and tired. And I was like, is this what ableist privilege looks like? I don't know. Like, this is the one thing I have, and you're telling me if I'm serious about it, this is how I have to do it. Well, of course, I know that's not, because I've already gotten one written, and I was talking to a friend, and she was like, oh yeah, this one author who wrote when she had an infant that first year. My brain didn't work when I had an infant, by the way. There was no sleep for brains to be working on. But she was like, yeah, she just left her computer up, and as she would come by, she'd write a sentence here or there. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Maybe I can do that, because this is something that fits into my world. I can be serious about my craft and about what I do and it not look like how other people do it. But I'm just really frustrated because I have that in my head. Like, this is what it looks like if you're serious. And I'm like, well, not for me. I think your privilege is showing, and maybe I'm just feeling frustrated about everything right now because of quarantine. Maybe that's why. I don't know, but I'm very frustrated because I couldn't do these little things, and even the one thing I feel like I have to offer, well, if you can't do it this way, well, I feel like I can't do things right now. That's the conclusion. So that's how I'm feeling. There's my emotional update. And oh my gosh, we are putting these on YouTube. So, hey there, anybody who might have any kind of advice for something that worked for them if they were writing, or also when they were feeling very frustrated about limitations, because, man, do we have limitations in this community? Like, dyslexia aside, if a little was fronting it, it would have been hard to make that call. Though she would have been very pleasant to the person on the other end. I was pleasant, but she would have been just so like, and I hope you have a great day. So, maybe I should let her make the call next time, because maybe she won't be frustrated about not accomplishing it. I don't know. Anyway, bye.